So Minecraft is the most top-selling game of all time. It's sold so much, and it's appealed to many generations. It's stood the test of time, and I think it's worth looking into why that is the case. Is it just arbitrary for no reason, or is there really something that we can learn from? This channel is called Rebuilding Christendom. I think Minecraft has important lessons, and I got severely addicted to Minecraft for a couple months, and I think I've learned some important insights about what that means, rebuilding Christendom. Because if you think about it, a game is just a microcosm of certain aspects of reality. Any video game or board game, you can abstract out the broader principles of what makes that game fun and apply it to real life or understand the world there. For example, Monopoly. When you play Monopoly, you understand the system of capitalism a little bit better. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's like a representation of reality. It's worth looking into when things are broadly popular. Even things such as skibbity toilets for Gen Alpha. I think the popularity is not arbitrary. Minecraft is surprisingly deep. I had no idea I would be asking such existential questions when I picked up Minecraft. I was looking for something just to kill time at the end of the nights when I don't have enough bandwidth to read at the end of the day. And this was kind of a mistake because I got so addicted to it, but it's been such an enjoyable experience, and I have taken some key takeaways from the game. So for those not in the know, Minecraft, the way it works is it's better if you don't know anything. You're just dropped into this world. It could be a forest or a desert or some plains, and you don't have any tools. You don't have any guidance really, and you just have to kind of figure out how to survive. At first you're kind of just running around like, oh, I can like punch some dirt, and I can pick up this dirt block and I can place it down. Oh, punch a tree and I can build a table, and but then you realize, oh wait, I have food. I have hunger meter at the bottom of the screen. I have health meter, and over a few minutes later, the first night happens, and all these monsters just start spawning, and there's giant spiders, there's skeletons shooting arrows at you, there's zombies, and then there's these creatures called Endermen. They're basically a ripoff of Slenderman. This game was created in the 2010s, so back when the zombie apocalypse was kind of a popular theme, The Walking Dead back then. So there's all these monsters that just start appearing, and you either get killed by them or you have to figure out how to survive, get away from them. Can you build like a little shelter to protect yourself, or can you craft yourself a wooden sword out of a tree and start using that to survive? And usually you'll probably die because you don't know anything. And if you get through the first night, then it's just like, oh shoot, now it's day again. Now things are a little bit more peaceful. What do I do to prevent that from happening next time? So you start saying, oh, well, maybe I need to build a little shelter, but I'm low on food. How do I get food? Oh, there's cows and sheep running around. Oh, there's also wheat. I can grow wheat, make bread, and you start figuring out how to fill up your hunger bar and build a little dirt hut on the second day. And pretty soon you figure out, oh wait, I can craft more wood tools, and I can use these wood tools to mine stone. And now that you can start mining stone and craft stone tools out of the stone. You've entered the Stone Age. You have a technological advantage that will help you. And it's more powerful, it's more efficient. And you kind of just iteratively kind of figure stuff out just by playing around and just trying different things. And over time, you kind of get your bearings for the area. And eventually, you get enough food where you don't have to worry about things, and you have a little house you can go inside of at night, so you don't have to worry about the zombies killing you. So once you reach that point, it's like, oh wait, so I have a little bit of food, I have a little bit of resources, but imagine if I built myself a stone house instead of a dirt house, because I can make stone, I can mine stone blocks now. And you start discovering iron, and you start discovering more things like, oh, here's a smelter, I can start smelting coal and use it to cook food, and there's iron. I can mine iron with stone tools. And that's just how the game goes. You just kind of gradually figure stuff out. Eventually, you get to the point where like, oh yeah, I have too many items. I need to start building chests and create like a little room in my house for storing stuff, chests. And there's kind of like an organic process of progressing through the game based off of what you need. But there's really no guidance. You just kind of discover what you need, and eventually you reach the point where it's like, what do I want to do? It's like, I have enough food, I have good like tools, I figured out how to craft armor out of leather or iron. It's like, what do I want to do? Do I want to start digging down, or do I want to start traveling far and see if there's like a desert out there, or let's just walk this way and see what happens. And oh wait, there's like an ocean here. Oh, I can build a boat. Like, you just start discovering all these little things, and it just becomes like branching possibilities of what you can do very quickly. And at some point you're like, existentially, what do I want to do? Do I want to become stronger? And eventually you get to the point where you get like diamond armor, you learn to enchant stuff. You're not like, the world is not as much of a threat anymore because you've become so strong. You've built like a decent base, and you start thinking, oh, let's make this place look good. Actually, let's now I have the luxury to start thinking about aesthetics. I can start putting down carpet because I can shear sheep and I can dye it with dye that I found from a flower. Let's just put carpet on the floor of my house, and then from there the whole world just opens up. Then you start discovering redstone. Redstone basically allows you to automate things. You can build little computer logic things with redstone. Like, I'm tired of harvesting this wheat field 10 times a week. Let me figure out a way to make it more efficient. You discover villagers, and I can trade with the villagers using emeralds, and I can get good stuff from them. And you get to decide what you want to do. At this point, people start getting big into farms, like building redstone farms in order to automate things, to get more blocks, and people explore really far. And you climb this pyramid called Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where basically your lower needs need to be met before you can start dealing with higher needs. Like, you don't care about aesthetics of your house if you're trying to survive from zombies, right? First, you have to deal with your physiological health, then your safety, then your belonging and social connection. If you're playing Minecraft solo, it's just a complete solo experience. Then eventually you have to deal with your esteem, and then eventually you deal with self-actualization. It's at the top of the pyramid, where it's like, what can I do that is meaningful beyond myself? I think that people who get too much into the redstone automation farming stuff, they get bored with the game quicker, because I think one of the reasons why Minecraft is so engaging is because you actually have real challenges to overcome. In modernity, which post-industrial revolution, when you automate everything within your Minecraft world, you're making it a lot closer to the actual modern world that we live in. And there's pros and cons. You get luxury, you have like godlike power basically, because you can produce infinite amounts of resources. You figure out how to do that. But you also get bored, because it's like, what do I do? At a certain point, I don't need to survive. There's nothing really. You can go kill the Ender Dragon. You can go fight the bosses. For me, in my playthrough, I decided I want to collect every mob. And the mobs are like the animals, like the sheep, pigs. I found some ocelots in a jungle biome, and I brought them all the way back to my base, and I built an enclosure out of bamboo blocks to hold them in. So you just kind of like figure out what you want to do next. But if you make things too easy for yourself, then it becomes like real life too much. Like, things are too easy in a way. It's like things become less engaging. So it's funny how people like to play Minecraft to escape from modernity, from working their dystopian corporate 9-to-5 jobs. because they're like living a pre-industrial revolution lifestyle, but then they decide to automate everything, and then they get bored, and they don't realize why they're. Then they blame the game for being boring or badly designed, um, because they've made everything too easy for themselves. There's people out there who are against the agricultural revolution. They think that the hunter-gatherer lifestyle is the ideal way for humans to live. There's people who are against the industrial revolution, but I think Minecraft forces you to existentially question, like, what is the proper way for mankind to live? What lifestyle makes man the most happy? And I think that people are more engaged and more happy when they have more constraints upon them. When they have actual things to overcome and to accomplish. If you feel like you're just a cog in a machine, it's like, sure, yeah, the collective humanity might be like progressing, but people don't have community. There's a lot of problems, and I think within our society, there's so many problems to overcome. It's also interesting with Minecraft. There's a whole ecosystem of Minecraft YouTube content that's all about social experiments. It's like, what do people do when they're playing like together, and they have social and moral dilemmas that they can do. Like, I saw one where there's all these Minecraft survival islands, and people are building up little different civilizations on the different islands, and they're competing for resources, and sometimes they decide to go to war with each other. I think what makes Minecraft engaging is that there's so much freedom to do stuff that the morality of Minecraft is a little bit closer to real life morality, because you have so much freedom to do whatever you want. So it's up to you. You know, some people, they're really into the Redstone technical engineering challenge side of things, and some people, they like creating more natural habitats and things like that. You have to kind of develop your own philosophy. I think it's useful to play that game because it forces you to exercise your own sense of agency. You have to decide, what do I want to do and what is right to do. Some people argue that the morality of Minecraft is Nietzschean because there's like the slave master morality thing, where Nietzsche believed that there's the slaves who, they don't have like the strength to be able to make their own morality, and so they just go to a comfortable top-down morality, whereas like the masters, they're somehow better, and they're strong enough to kind of impose their own morality upon the world. I would interpret Minecraft through the Christian lens, that we are made in the image and likeness of God, and God is a creator. He created the world, the natural world, and if we are made in God's images, then that means that we also like to create. We are stewards of the earth. And so the way that we play Minecraft, we're probably going to be happier if we make things more in consonance, more in tune, in touch with the way that God created nature. So if we study nature, which is intelligible, and we see how God laid nature out, if we try to build things ourselves that kind of harmonize with the patterns of nature, then we will be happier, because we will be closer to the pattern of God and how he laid things out. So by creating this industrial revolution, redstone monstrosities where you're exploiting, using slave labor with the villagers, and you're just like, everything is just about numbers and scale and mass production, people get bored with that, you know? I think people will have a more fulfilling time trying to make things that are beautiful, that are more simple, pre-industrial builds that aren't about giants like Saruman, towers of Isengard. It's build the Shire. People are someone spent 9 years building all of Middle Earth in Minecraft. You know, I think you can build, there's a potentiality for creating beauty within Minecraft. And people, just because you can do large scale things doesn't mean you necessarily should. You might be able to build a cathedral if you automate everything with redstone farms, but what is going to be better for a community? to do. Like, because part of work and building things is the virtue that we gain out of it. It's not necessarily about the end results. It's also about the process and the virtues that are acquired through doing something. So if it's too easy, there's no challenge and you're not really going to grow. So either you have to have like a giant scaled thing, or you can stick with having less resources and just building more simple things. This is kind of an outstanding question for me, is like, can the Industrial Revolution be enlightened? Like, there's this whole solar punk movement out there where it's basically like the Shire with technology. And I don't know. This is a good question. Like, can we redeem technology and integrate it towards a good end, or is it all bad? Does it force us to do things? And also, when you commit war crimes in Minecraft, when you're like abusing villagers, don't think so much about like what is the external consequence to you. Think about what kind of a person are you becoming by exploiting slave labor from villagers. Does it help your moral character to play in a certain way? I think killing needlessly and exploiting needlessly actually does harm to yourself, even if there's no real world consequences. That's worth thinking about, you know? Your villager farm, sure, you become rich, but like, then you become bored, and you don't feel good about it, ultimately. So, yeah, I think dads who go to Home Depot on Saturday mornings, they are just applying Minecraft to real life. They know what, like home repairs, like fixing your plumbing or installing a countertop. That's like basically playing Minecraft in real life. So if you are playing Minecraft, you should take away those lessons from it and try to apply them to your own community, to your own local circumstances, to your own house, your own property, wherever you live. Build a garden. You know, you can do Minecraft in real life. That's what I've been telling myself, is that like, oh yeah, now I understand what makes Minecraft fun, and I can apply those same principles to real life. So I would challenge you, if you're a Zoomer or if you're someone who's addicted to Minecraft, and I've had to impose checks upon myself because it's too enjoyable. It's too enjoyable. So I backed up my Minecraft world in order to stop myself from playing so much. That way I can like apply Minecraft morality to the real life. So anyways, I hope you guys like this.